Hi guys, so thanks for sending me all the questions. So the process is I'm just gonna answer all those questions you're asking me. So you've got a bunch of answers first, and then after that, like I suggest like we have like a second session where you can ask me like deeper questions. So we can do this face to face. So what's the full name of the company? Question 1A. So this is Wise Pass. That's it. The legal name of the company is in Singapore is WisePass Private Limited. I'm not sure if it's helping. Who founded the company and when and where? So the company was founded on October 31st, 2014, and it was in Ho Chi Minh City. It's me, the founder. So I am the founder of the company. A brief background on the app. So what real life problem does your application solve? So there's three different problems for three different stakeholders. So we'll start from let's say from the consumers, like the subscription. It's a lifestyle app, and basically we see it as a way for people to subscribe and enjoy a bowl every day, or actually even more than that now. And that helps people just to enjoy more and for a cheaper price. So it's based on value, it's based on discovery as well, because people can find new locations. Yeah, definitely save money, because like we started when it was only like $300 a month, but then you'll be able to get a bottle of whiskey every day, and the bottle of whiskey is going to cost around $100 per bottle. But then with the subscription, then you can get a bottle every day. So that's value based. For the venue, because we're working with bars and clubs and restaurants, so those locations are able like to get traffic and sales, and that's great for them. What we do is to sponsor those locations. We send the bottle, we list them up, and that's it. So zero cost, traffic for free. And eventually the last one, like we're working with the brands now. So what the brands are looking for is a way to be mobile, be digital, and the ability to reach consumers offline and drive them to these offline locations, gather all the data on the platform, and be able just to leverage the data just to do the subsequent action. So in branding, what they usually like to do is reach, engage, promote, retain. So we do all of that for those brands, and it enables those brands to do this more cost effectively. They usually coin that as a digital transformation. What is the current use situation of your company in terms of total users, full-time users, retention, and number of partners? So, okay, so current situation of the company, especially right now, is pretty bleak because like of the coronavirus situation. Like all the bars and some restaurants are open, and so it's not going well because of the coronavirus situation. But we assume that when it's going to get back, then we think that it's going to get better. The amount of users dropped. We have way less than 100 people now active, mostly because like people subscribe for a year, so it didn't just drop sharply like that, but a lot of our month-over-month users dropped. Retention and number of partners. So you have to talk about retention or churn. So usually people would subscribe for an average of 4 to 6 months. Things kind of change because if you measure like monthly churn rate, because our yearly subscription, then it's high, but we shouldn't take a look at that. So we should look at those numbers more on a monthly basis. And even though it's not going to change much with our yearly users, then it's going to be artificially high, but we got to take a look at that. Number of partners, we picked to 300. We went down to less than 100 because of the latest change. And then hopefully like the venues we partner with won't shut down. Or hopefully not every venue won't shut down. So hopefully this is not going to happen. Direct competitors, we don't have much, but we have like a few, like I think the Seep app is one of them. It's a subscription as well. but you get a free cocktail every day. You get Swigo, it's a subscription app, but then I'm not sure if you get something for free, but you get more discounts. So, current strength and weakness of your company and app. So the app is actually pretty new in terms of lifestyle. We don't have such an app where you can subscribe and get free stuff. The model is new, and then it was really designed for and to be brand friendly. So how could we connect the brands and the consumers, connect them in offline locations, so bar, restaurants, and clubs, in a way that they can get data, consumers can get great benefits, and the location where that would happen will also get benefits. So that's just pretty much the strength. The business model we have is pretty new, but and also it allows us to try a lot of different things. So this is one of our strengths, like just to build a new solution that never existed before. So this is what people like, the concept. The weakness is actually, we should use plural here, weaknesses. We're a startup, we don't have a lot of cash, we don't have a lot of employees, we need more experienced people in finance, we need better people to operate and build the product better for tech. We need to, well, you name it, basically, like we have like all the potential weaknesses like a startup can have, which is we are very, very fragile. And but the primary one would be like if we had like more cash and better people and we have the ability just to operate better, then yeah, we would be much stronger. But then this is all the weaknesses we have. Which one of these issues is one that is severely impacting your business ability to succeed financially? Right now, well, I guess you name it, like coronavirus. The second was, I would say, capital, but then we just finished our fundraise with one investor. So it is better now, but let's say, assuming it's not finance, now it's going to be more like human resource, like people operating the business. And that's going to be my main challenge for the next 9-12 months. I'd say like coming back to finance, like if I can fundraise more, that would be better. So finance and HR. The causes of those issues is I pretty much suck for fundraising. Like I don't know how to fundraise as well as other people. Maybe because I stick to my guns, because I don't want to actually lower the valuation, because I don't want to change the business model, because I want to keep the control, even though I made a shift on that. HR is because I suck at it as well, because I paid people too much before, then they don't perform, and then I fire them too slow. I had made all the potential mistakes I could make. So yeah. What are the primary symptoms of and or the current risk related to WisePass issues? So symptoms is basically when you don't fundraise or you don't have enough capital, then you're low on cash, so you can't pay people on time. So that creates a lot of issues. We have social media crisis and all those kinds of things. I'm happy to talk about that. HR, when you get people that suck and they don't do the job and they don't get shit done. So this is really bad. And then you waste money and time as well. So this is not good for the company. What are some of the things you have used to try, I guess, to solve the problem of WisePass? For lack of capital, well, you have to fundraise more, meet more people just to get the money. Surround yourself with people that will be better at doing those things where you suck at. So what I've done was actually just to partner with a company that helped to fundraise, and we successfully did that this month in March. From September to March, so March, September, October, November, December, January, February, and March. So it took 7 months just to get this guy to help me, and then 7 months later, we just fundraised $100,000. That's a start. Second, for HR, where you fire the people, but then you gotta be firm and you gotta learn how to do this, and this is just business, and this is not about like disliking people, hating people, but when they don't actually fit with the business, you gotta do that, and it's not nice. Question number 10, if there were something you could change, what would that be? Sometimes I wonder if I shouldn't be the CEO anymore, because I think some people could do better than me. And then eventually I realized that I pretty much know the business. So what I can do now is I can actually, it was kind of answered previously, but I surround myself with people that can do the job better in those specific fields. Like finance is not what I enjoy, that's not what I like. Some other guys are doing way much better than me. I hire those guys. Accounting, taxes, HR, like all those things, I try to find the right people so they can do the job. And I focus on the things I can be better at, such as I think I'm good at marketing because this is my background. Or and else, like in case like I don't know or I don't have someone else to surround myself with, then I have to learn on the job and just stick with what I have to do. Learn, keep on learning, and try to do better. Where do you expect to be in 5 years? Well, 5 years, like I don't even know what's going to happen within the next 5 years, but let's say what I wish is actually to build a business where we can operate within 7 countries and operate in more than 15 cities and make sure like it's growing and we get at least 100,000 subscribers, hopefully. And we partner with more than 1,000 locations and we'll be able just to generate more than 100 to 500,000 interactions every month. So that's pretty much like where we would like to be. But then to sum it up, like we have 3 main business metrics. How many brands we're working with, that's one. Second is the amount of subscribers, and 3, the amount of venues we are partnering with. So those 3 will be, let's say, more than 50 brands, so 100,000 subscribers, with an average revenue per user around $15 per month. And venues, like I just mentioned, more than 1,000. What do you think will change over the next 5? Well, a lot of things will change over the next 5 years. You have no idea. Yeah, so I don't pretty much control that, but the environment will change differently. Maybe the competition will shift. The something big will happen, but I'm just not sure what. You have a little control as the CEO of your startup when you work and operate. So you got to do with what you can do with the limited resources that you've got. So a lot of things will change out of my control, but hopefully like the little things that I control within my company will change, and the product that we have will definitely change as well. It's going to hopefully get better. The product, the app, the system for the brands, the reporting system, like stuff that we'll get from those guys. They'll tell us like how to improve. Customers will provide their feedback as well. Locations we're working with will change as well, because some venues will shut down, some venues will open up. Because we're working in many different countries, and we'll learn new stuff about that. So the amount of things that may change will vary dramatically. When you think about what you want for the future, what are some of the trade-offs that you will consider? Well, personal time, definitely, like you have to work very hard, you have to make a lot of sacrifices. Some people will say like, if it's your passion, that's fine because you enjoy it. But that means like, if you have a family, then they won't see you much. It creates a lot of tension. It will create many conflicts. You won't see your siblings, like brothers and cousins and mothers and fathers. So that's the main issue. So what I've done was actually to sacrifice pretty much all of that friends as well. So I've made all those sacrifices for the past 5 years, where I think it was okay, but then I realized it's important as well just to keep those relationships. So I'm trying to make sure like I can work very hard, but then make sure that I can also like keep those relationships. Like after 5, 6 p.m., gotta switch. Just can't keep working over and over and over again. Doesn't mean I'm not interested in the business. It just means like I'll have to make sure like the time I spend has to be carefully spent as well with the people that really truly matter. What do you anticipate will be the impact of present action trend? Well, with the coronavirus, what I can tell you is like I can try to anticipate things. I can only do the following, like which is you always make a plan. And then the plan is like a subset of actions where you'll say you'll do this for finance, operations, sales, marketing, accounting, fundraising, investors, all those kinds of things. You'll do all those plans, and then you set some goals. And then things will happen or not. And then probability will be this and this and that. So what you can do is actually you anticipate cases, scenarios, like scenario 1, 2, 3. I'll give you an example. The coronavirus is gonna impact the economy like this right now, and then borders will be shut down and nothing will happen for the next 30 days, 90 days. So 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. So that's basically how I anticipate things right now. And because of that, if nothing happens, then what do I do? And then let's say 1 month is likely to happen. So based on that, my action plan will be that. And then if not, then I change the plan and then we can do more things. I am in France right now. So I'm with my family, and what I'm doing right now is just to do as much as I can from here. But then if things change and then the Vietnamese government allow me just to fly back and enter the country again, then I'll be able to do more things. I'll be able to meet people. But then because the coronavirus is still around here, so I have to stay safe. So we have a lot of constraints to take into account. And based on those constraints, I design my action plan week over week, sometimes month over month, but now it's pretty much week over week. And then I try to get it done. Basically, like you plan the action and you make sure, like if you plan it, try to make sure like 90% or 95 or 98% will be done. 100 or 100% would be the best. And then whatever you can't do 100%, and you know that's going to be a complex project, so you break it down and then you see what you can do week over week. Example, I got to raise $1 million. How do you do that? Well, it's not going to rain within a week. So what do? When you break it down, you got to meet investors, you got to email them, you got to chat with them, you got to do all those necessaries, and you send them the pitch deck. You try to explain, you can work better on your end, actually how to explain better so you can fit the investment thesis. Subscribers, like how do you get subscribers again? Then you make a plan again. And then how complex is a plan? You break it down and then you look at the numbers, you plan, you look at the chances just to make it work. You don't know until you know, actually. So you have to try. How feasible, how simple it is. Can you do it from here, France? Or do you have to be in Vietnam? If you do it in Vietnam, like what kind of issues are you going to face? Do you need to actually solve other problems before you can actually do such kind of thing? Lots of problems will happen. So, yeah, so you have like numerous issues just to solve. Okay, so I answer all those questions. Feel free just to send me like subsequent questions or follow-up questions. I'll be more than happy to answer them.